Hi, Tyler from Infidelity here. Today we're going to talk about what I find to be a very, very nice pair of headphones. This is the Bowers & Wilkins P7 Wireless. This is a $399 headphone, so it's a fairly expensive headphone, but really you're getting a lot for your money, I think, in this case. This headphone is all leather headband, leather ear pads, chromed steel extensions on the earpieces, anodized aluminum on the outer housing. This is a leather covering over the capsule housing. Just a very nice build quality on this headphone. It's also quite a stylish headphone. I like it. It reminds me of driving an English sports car. It's just very masculine and sort of sophisticated looking headphone. The comfort is quite good. It does hug your head. It's about 340 grams, so I would call it a middleweight headphone. Initially, I thought the headband might be a little uncomfortable, as it does tend to touch in a relatively small area on the top of the head, and it is a moderately heavy headphone, middleweight headphone, as I said. But I found in listening, spending time listening, that there's a really nice balance between the caliper pressure, how well it's holding onto your head from the ears, and how well the weight is distributed. So when it's adjusted properly, although you continue to feel it on the top of your head, it's not like it disappears like some headphones do. I found that it wasn't bothersome. You didn't get a hot spot on the top of my head. So comfort was good, probably better than average for a headphone of this weight, but the comfort wasn't great, but it was quite good. So it's a comfortable headphone. The headphone can be used on the cable passively, so it's got a cable here. You can remove the cable by giving a tug on the pad, and it's magnetically attached, and then this cable can come out. You can see there's a little, I hope you can see it, there's a little angled connector there, and then you can pull out the connector, and then you can operate it wirelessly. With the cable installed, it won't turn on, so your batteries won't be being used if you have the cable installed, but the cable does not have a remote control or a mic on it, so when you're using the headphone passively, you can't make phone calls and so on and so forth. To use it as with your phone, to answer your phone, you have to have it in wireless mode. The strain relief, it's got an unusual shape on this. This is a 2.5 millimeter tip ring sleeve plug. The shape is a little odd so that it fits in the groove, but it provides really excellent strain relief. So this is actually a pretty good design in terms of the longevity of the jack that this is attached to. It's not going to get wiggled around very much, and so I think this is a pretty good system they have in place. The player end of the jack has a straight 3.5 millimeter tip ring sleeve plug on it. Personally, I prefer plugs with a 45-degree angle, but this will certainly work. The ear pads also can fold inward and be able to store the headphones in the included case, and they go in just like that and close up, and so this is the carrying case. Works just fine. It's a little bit soft-sided, but should do a good job of protecting the headphones, although this is clearly some sort of an artificial leather pleather of medium grade, and I thought it was a little bit disappointing. The materials that were used to make the case, given the materials of the headphones themselves, but it's perfectly adequate to the task, so I can't give them too many knocks on that. Once in wireless mode, let's see, here's the power button, and you slide it this way momentarily to turn on the electronics inside the headphone. If on initial pairing, you have to push the button in and hold it for a couple of seconds, and then it will go into pairing mode there's usually an LED that shows that. I must not have actually turned it on here, but it'll go into pairing mode, and you can pair it with your headphones for the first time. There is a USB charging port, and a cable does come with the headphones to charge it. And let's see, and these are the controls. It's a very thin set of 3 controls right here that are used for fast forward, rewind, play, pause, answer the phone, so on and so forth. It has all pretty much a very normal set of features that you would expect from a wireless headphone, and all the announcements are made with chimes. Personally, I like voice prompts, but I think that's because I end up reviewing so many headphones, I never get quite used to what the chimes mean with any one pair of headphones. But in this case, I thought the chimes were quite indicative of what was going on, and I think they did a good job of allowing notifications without being annoying. The sound quality of these headphones is really right down the middle. This is a sealed headphone, so you get isolation from the outside world. It is not a noise canceling headphone, which in some ways is good if you're not going to be using it for travel exclusively. It's got enough isolation that it's perfectly usable in loud environments, but as a walk-around headphone under normal street noise and so on and so forth, it's perfectly adequate to the task to keep that noise at bay while being able to enjoy your music. Sound quality is very, very good, I thought. Has a little bit of an emphasis in the mid bass, and that emphasis does bleed a little bit into the mid range, the lower mid range. If there was any quote flaw with these headphones, that's what I would consider sort of a flaw. It just has a little bit of a bloomy bass, but I don't want to overemphasize that. It's not much. It's just enough to be, noticeable, and it's at a low enough level where once you get used to it, you probably won't even hear it. The rest of the response is quite neutral. It does have a little bit of an accentuation in the let's say 5 to 6K region. This can be a very dangerous region to have any kind of emphasis on, and I would characterize the emphasis here to not rise to the level of a flaw, but rather to sort of help create the character of these headphones. So I would say the character of these headphones is that they're a warm and lively headphone, sort of V-shaped, but really mildly V-shaped. The treble articulation is quite good. Cymbals sound like cymbals and so on and so forth. It's slightly overemphasized, as I say, for my taste, but many people will find it very, very enjoyable indeed. So if you like a little bit of a bright sound in your headphones, these will deliver on that front. The imaging is good. It is probably wider than it is deep, but I would say for a pair of sealed headphone, the imaging was quite nice. It's not so deep as to sound empty and distant, and not so close as to be in your face. The dynamics were likewise kind of right down the middle. Had plenty of punch when it needed to, but didn't overwhelm with this impact. So very, very just kind of right down the middle, which is great as far as I'm concerned, to have a nice neutral response. Once you take off the wire and go to Bluetooth mode, the sound doesn't change very much at all. It keeps its character pretty much exactly once you remove the wire and go wireless. In wireless mode, there is a little more looseness in the bass, maybe because of some AC coupling in the electronics, I don't know, but the bass response does loosen up just a little bit. Treble response is pretty much the same as it is, except that if you run it off a wire with a good headphone amplifier, it's definitely more refined and coherent than using it in Bluetooth. But Bluetooth doesn't lose too much to its overall performance, and certainly if you're not in the act of critical listening, you're probably not really going to hardly notice the difference between wired and unwired use. So quite good in that regard. Not much more to say, really. This is a dandy headphone. It's going to go up on the Wall of Fame. It's going to knock off the Sennheiser Wireless Momentum 2 or Wireless Momentum. I can't remember which one's on the wall there, but this is just a right down the middle headphone. The only thing I will add is that I have heard quite a few lately headphones like this, a sealed Bluetooth wireless headphone that can also run on a wire, and the competition is pretty hot, so I don't know how long these are going to last as the sort of the best in their category, but at the moment they're certainly very, very good indeed. So I like this headphone a lot. Hope you get a chance to listen to them sometime soon. They're definitely worth your time to have a listen to, and I know I'm going to enjoy playing with them and comparing them to other headphones for a while. I really, really like the look and feel of these headphones. It's right up my alley. So hope you get a chance to see one soon, and we'll see you guys next time.